Today we are going to discuss about the lifespan of various living beings. Before we start our discussion, I would like to share my presentation so that everybody can follow in a proper way. We would see here that this chapter, which is the fourth one of Prajnapana Sutra, is entitled by the terms Sthiti Pad. This particular term Sthiti indicates the lifespan of living beings. Though this particular term is taken in a very general sense when we are talking about the four types of bondages of the karmic particles. We know that the karmic bondages are taking place in four ways. The first one is called Prakriti one, the second is Sthiti one, third is Anubhag one, and the fourth is Pradesh one. So in that reference, we would see that the Sthiti one refers to the time duration of the karmic bondage. Here, the same term is taken, but it is used in a special sense, and that sense is lifespan. And that's why it is said that the term Sthiti in this particular chapter stands for the experience of life determining karma during a particular form of life. As said in Sanskrit language, sthiyate avasthiyate anaya ayu karmanubhatteti sthitihi. Now we would see that this chapter, first of all, deals with lifespan of living beings in a very general sense. In the sense that what can be the maximum or minimum lifespan of living beings without referring to particular species or particular class or category of living beings. Then it deals with the lifespans of the undeveloped and developed living beings. Why these two categories are very important? Because each and every living being who is taking birth undergoes this undeveloped and developed state. The next is that this chapter deals with the lifespan of each of the 24 types of living beings. It means it talks about the lifespan or in particular sense taking each of the 24 categories into consideration. So we know that in the list of 24 types of living beings, the first one is hellish beings. And there are 7 types of hells according to Jainism, starting from the 1st to 7. And when we take a general overview of the lifespan of all hellish living beings, whether they are living in the first hell or whether they are living in the 7th hell, then we would find that the minimum lifespan of hellish beings is of 10,000 years, while the maximum lifespan of hellish beings is of 33 Sagarupam. Sagarupam is again a time unit, and it is the biggest, you can say, a time unit, and it is very difficult to calculate in digits the whole time span of this particular time unit. Now we would see that so far as the hellish beings of the first hell are concerned, they are having minimum lifespan of 10,000 years, and the maximum time span is of 1 Sagarupam. The hellish beings of the second hell are having minimum lifespan of 1 Sagarupam and the maximum of 3 Sagarupam. The hellish beings of the third hell are having minimum lifespan of 3 Sagarupam and the maximum lifespan of 7 Sagarupam. The hellish beings of fourth hell are having minimum lifespan of 7 Sagarupam and the maximum lifespan of 10 Sagarupam. Similarly, the hellish beings of the fifth hell are having minimum lifespan of 10 Sagarupam and maximum lifespan of 17 Sagarupam. The hellish beings of the sixth hell are having minimum lifespan of 17 Sagarupam and the maximum lifespan of 22 Sagarupam. And the hellish beings of the seventh hell are having minimum lifespan of 22 Sagarupam and the maximum lifespan of 33 Sagarupam. After the hellish beings comes the number of the Bhavanpati gods. They are also living in the lower universe, especially in the interspaces of the first hell. They are of 10 types and they are living in north direction and also south direction. So here the mention of the gods, Bhavanpati gods of south direction is given, and you can see here that the Bhavanpati gods, among them the first one is recognized as Asur Kumar gods. So they are also living in south and north. So in south, whatever the gods are found, they are having the minimum lifespan of 10,000 years and the maximum lifespan of 1 Sagarupam. The deities, or you can say the goddesses, especially who are belonging to the same class and living in south direction, they are also having minimum lifespan of 10,000 years and the maximum lifespan is of 3.5 Palyupam. So they are having a little bit less lifespan in comparison to the gods. Now we would see that there are 9 other types of Bhavanpati gods. They are known as the gods of 9 groups, and they are also found in south and north directions. So those who are living in south directions, they are having the minimum lifespan of 10,000 years and the maximum is of 2.5 Palyupam. And the goddesses who are belonging to all these 9 groups of Bhavanpati gods, they are also having minimum lifespan of 10,000 years, but the maximum lifespan is hardly quarter less, 1 Palyupam. And you can see here the gods, Bhavanpati gods who are living in north direction, and especially the Asur Kumar gods who comes in the first category among the 10, then they are also having the minimum lifespan of 10,000 years, but the maximum lifespan is little bit more than 1 Sagarupam. And other 9 types and the goddesses which belong to the same group of gods, they are also having minimum lifespan of 10,000 years, but the maximum lifespan of the goddesses is of 4.5 Palyupam. Now we would see that there are other 9 types of gods who are living in the north direction, and they are also having minimum lifespan of 10,000 years, but the maximum lifespan is of little bit less than 2 Palyupam. And lastly, we would see that the goddesses of all these 9 types of groups of gods, they are also having minimum lifespan of 10,000 years, but the maximum one is having little bit less than 1 Palyupam. So in this way, we are finding that the goddesses are having lesser lifespan in comparison to the gods. There are 15 types of other gods who are recognized as Paramadhami Dev, and they are especially meant, or we can say they are especially creating some kind of pains to the hellish living beings going up to third hell. So they are also 15 types, and they have also minimum and maximum lifespan. So they are said that they are having at least a minimum lifespan of 1 Palyupam, and the maximum lifespan is also of 1 Palyupam. It may be that the number of years of both the Palyupams, minimum and maximum, are different. The maximum would be a little bit more. Now we would see that there are second type of gods who are recognized as spirits or ghosts, like that, and they are found also in the lower part of the universe and also mostly in the middle part of the universe. They are also having minimum lifespan of 10,000 years, whether the gods or whether goddesses. But the maximum lifespan of gods is of 1 Palyupam, while the maximum lifespan of the goddesses is half Palyupam. There are certain other gods who are recognized as Jambak god, and they are also having minimum lifespan of 1 Palyupam and maximum lifespan of 1 Palyupam. Next to these second category of gods, the third category, which is recognized as astronomical gods, who own these astronomical bodies, sun, moon, stars, planets, and ascendants. So they are also having some lifespan, minimum and maximum. So far as the moon god is concerned, it is having 1/8 Palyupam lifespan, which is minimum. And the maximum lifespan is of 1 lakh years more than 1 Palyupam. The goddesses which are belonging to this moon planet, and they are having minimum lifespan of 1/4, and the maximum lifespan is of 1 lakh years more than 1 Palyupam. So it means that the gods and goddesses pertaining to moon planet are having a little bit different lifespan so far as the minimum lifespan is concerned, but the maximum one is the same. Now we would see that the god, astronomical god who belongs to the sun planet, he is having minimum lifespan, and that is of 1/4. It means yes, 1/4 Palyupam, and the maximum lifespan is 1,000 years more than 1 Palyupam. So far as the goddesses pertaining to sun planet are concerned, they are also having minimum lifespan of 1/4, but the maximum lifespan of these goddesses is of 500 years more than half Palyupam. And now we would see that there are other planets. According to Jainism, there are 88 big planets, and they are also governed by some gods and goddesses. So they are also having minimum lifespan of 1/4 Palyupam, while the maximum lifespan of gods is of 1 Palyupam. Goddesses are having the maximum lifespan of half Palyupam. And now we would see that the gods and goddesses who are pertaining to these different ascendants, and they are also having minimum lifespan of 1/4 Palyupam, but the gods are having maximum lifespan of half Palyupam, while the goddesses are having 1/4 Palyupam, little bit more than 1/4 Palyupam as maximum lifespan. Now we would see that there are so many stars, and billions of stars are there in each of the galaxy, and they are also having gods and goddesses, and those gods and goddesses are also having some minimum and maximum lifespan. So the gods are having what we say, like 1/8 Palyupam minimum lifespan, and the maximum lifespan is you can say 1/4 Palyupam. The goddesses are having minimum lifespan of 1/8 Palyupam, and the maximum lifespan is a little bit more than 1/8 Palyupam. Now we would see that there are some higher gods who are recognized as Vaimanic god, and they are really the gods who are having a very comfortable, very luxurious life, or very much prosperities. And they are higher ones, and they are recognized as Vaimanic gods. They are 26. They are of 26 types. So you will see here that all the Vaimanic gods and goddesses, they are having minimum lifespan of 1 Palyupam and maximum lifespan of 33 Sagarupam. This is the general lifespan, or you can say the lifespan which is set regarding the all types of Vaimanic gods. But if we come to the particular Vaimanic gods, then we would see that the Saudharma, what we say, Saudharma is the first heaven, and the gods of the Saudharma heaven, they are having minimum lifespan of 1 Palyupam, and the maximum lifespan is of 2 Sagarupam. Similarly, the goddesses, there are 2 types of goddesses. One is what we say under the particular god, and one is free, which is not owned by any other god, particular god. So they are also having some minimum and maximum lifespan. So both are having minimum lifespan of 1 Palyupam, while those goddesses who are especially belonging to particular god, they are having the maximum lifespan of 7 Palyupam, while those goddesses who are not under any particular god, they are having maximum lifespan of 50 Palyupam. So this is the difference in the maximum lifespan of these 2 types of goddesses of the first heaven. Now we would see the second heaven, which is known as Ishan. And in this particular Ishan heaven, the gods are having minimum lifespan of 1 Palyupam, more than 1 Palyupam. But the maximum lifespan is also more than 2 Sagarupam. The goddesses who are under a particular god, they are having a minimum lifespan of 1 Palyupam, but the maximum lifespan is of 9 Palyupam. Those goddesses who are not under any particular god, they are having minimum lifespan of 1 Palyupam, and the maximum one is 55 Palyupam. So in this way, you can see that all the up to Sarvartha Siddhaviman, the last one, that is the 26 what we say heaven, and in this particular heaven, you will find the maximum lifespan of gods and goddesses. There is no goddesses actually, but there are only gods. and they are having minimum and maximum lifespan of 33 Sagarupam. And this is the biggest, lifespan of any living beings. Now we would see that there are certain gods who are also living in between some these higher heavens, and they are recognized as Kilbish Dev and also Lokantik Dev. So those who are the Kilbish Devs, gods, they are also of three categories: first, second, and third. So they are also having minimum lifespan, especially the gods of the first and second Kilbish Dev, and they are having minimum lifespan of 3 Palyopam and 3 Sagarupam, and the third, the gods of third Kilbish category, and they are having minimum lifespan of 13 Sagarupam, while the maximum lifespan of these gods are also of in Sagarupam, you can say, but yes, they are having such kind of a maximum lifespan. Now we would see there are 5 types of one-sensed living beings, and they are of 2 categories: micro and macro. So far as the micro living beings, one-sensed living beings are concerned, they are having minimum and maximum lifespan of Antarmuhurta. Antarmuhurta means starting from second moment to 1 moment less 48 minutes. This much period is known as Antarmuhurta, and complete 48 minutes is recognized as Muhurta. So their lifespan is within the Antarmuhurta and not a full Muhurt. So their lifespan is very short, and sometimes it is said that they are dying 17 times, more than 17 times in a pulse, especially the Nigojivas who are belonging to the vegetables or plants. Now we would see here that all other living beings who come under the macro once sensed living beings, and among them the first is earthly bodied living beings or earthly living beings. They are having minimum lifespan of Antarmuhurt, and the maximum is 22,000 years. Water-bodied living beings are having a minimum lifespan of Antarmuhurta, but the maximum lifespan is of 7,000 years. It means the water can be live for 7,000 years. And the fire-bodied living beings, they are having minimum lifespan of Antarmuhurta and the maximum lifespan of 3 days and nights. So it means the fire can continue continue up to 3 days and night. And now we would see that the air-bodied living beings, they are also of minimum, and they are also having minimum lifespan of Antarmuhurt and the maximum lifespan of 3,000 years. It means that the air can be live up to 3,000 years maximum. There are 2 types of plants. One is called Pratyek Vanaspati and the other one is called Sadharan Vanaspati. So far as the Pratyek Vanaspati is concerned, it is having 1 soul in 1 body, and the lifespan of such kind of plant-bodied living beings is minimum is of Antarmuhurt and the maximum is of 10,000 years. And those plants which are considered as Sadharan Vanaspati, it means that there is infinite number of souls in a body, and they are also having minimum lifespan of Antarmuhurt, but the maximum lifespan is also of Antarmuhurt. It means these subtle living beings, they can subtle or gross, both one. They cannot survive more than Antarmuhurt. Within 48 minutes, they die. And that time period also, they take life, so many lives. Not only just one life is being continued for up to full Antarmuhurta. Now we would see that there are three other types of living beings who are not one sensed and also not five sensed. So they come under the Vikalendriya, Vikalendriya living beings. And they are having either two senses or three senses or four senses. All are having minimum lifespan of Antarmuhurt. But so far as the two sense living beings are concerned, their maximum lifespan is of 12 years. The three sense living beings are having maximum lifespan of 49 days. And the four sense living beings are having maximum lifespan of 6 months. And now we are coming to the five sense living beings. Among the five sense living beings, there are animals and also the humans and also the hellish beings and heavenly beings. So hellish beings and heavenly beings are already discussed. Now we are coming to the five sense living beings, who are the animals, who are or birds. So they are also having minimum lifespan of Antarmuhurta, but the maximum lifespan differs. What we say differs to the categories or the classes of these living beings. So you can see here that those who are we can say the living beings who are living into water, and they are asexual, then the maximum lifespan of such kind of living beings is of 1 million Purva years. Those who are sexual and living into water or dependent on water, they are having maximum lifespan of 1 million Purva years. Those who are the terrestrial and also asexual, they are having maximum lifespan of 84,000 years. But the sexual ones, they are having maximum lifespan of Tripalyopam. Those who are reptiles, and there are two types of reptiles, one who walks on chest and one who walks on their arms. So those who are walking on a chest, those reptiles, whether they are asexual or sexual, so the asexual ones, they are having maximum lifespan of 53,000 years, and the sexual ones are having maximum lifespan of 1 million years. Those who are walking on their arms and asexual, they are having maximum lifespan of 42,000 years, and those who are the sexual reptiles and walking on their arms, they are having maximum lifespan of 1 million years. Now we would see that those who are flying in the air and five sense living beings, they are mostly recognized as birds, and those birds are having maximum lifespan of 72,000 years if they are asexual. Those who are sexual ones, they are having maximum lifespan of innumerable part of 1 Palyapa. So you can see that these birds are also having maximum lifespan, and that is also very big, or you can say very long time. Now we are coming to the human beings, and among the human beings also we find that two types of human beings. One is called asexual, who are germinating especially in the excretes of the sexual human beings, and they are having minimum and maximum lifespan of Antarmuhurta only. Those who are taking birth from their parents, they are sexual ones, and they are also divided into what we say 101 types. Among the 101 types, we would find that 15 types of human beings are pertaining to the karma bhumis. And the karma bhumis are the parts of the universe, is middle universe, and especially the of human sphere, where humans are earning their livelihood by doing something, whether they are doing some jobs, whether they are doing some businesses, or whether they are doing some kind of agricultural activities or business. So they come under the human beings of karma bhumis. And there are such kind of karma bhumis in the human spheres, and there are of 15 types. So among the 15 types, you would find that the human beings are having minimum lifespan of Antarmuhurta, and the maximum lifespan is of 1 million Purva years. And we find that human beings who are at present, they are not taking birth as twins. Sometimes some twins are taking birth, but it is not usual. But before the fourth era, in the first, second, and third era, the children were taking birth as twins always. So that those human beings were recognized as Yugalik Manushya, or Yugalik human beings, or twins human beings. And they are having minimum lifespan of 1 million Purva years, more than 1 million Purva years, and the maximum lifespan is of 3 Palyapa. Those who are living in the these 15 karma bhumis, and especially in the 15 karma bhumis, there are 3 types of karma bhumis. One is called Bharat, other one is called Airavat, and the third one is called Mahavideha. So we find that in Bharat and Airavat, those human beings are taking birth in these 2 types of karma bhumis. They are having minimum lifespan of Antarmuhurta and the maximum lifespan of Tripalyapam. While those human beings who are taking birth in Mahavideha especially, and they are having lifespan of minimum lifespan of Antarmuhurta and the maximum lifespan of 1 million Purva years. Now we would see that there are 30 types of akarma bhumis. Among the 30 types of akarma bhumis, we find 6 types of karma bhumis. One is called Hemavai, other one is called Heranyavai, third is called Harivas, fourth is called Samyakvas, fifth is called Devakuru, and the sixth one is called Uttarkuru. So these 30 types of akarma bhumis, where human life is dependent on the natural resources or natural plants, which are divine plants in some sense, and they don't need to do anything for their livelihood. They are enjoying the natural resources without doing anything. That's why they are recognized as the human beings of akarma bhumi, where there is no action. So you can see here that they are having minimum lifespan and also maximum. Especially those human beings who are living in Hemavai and Heranyavai akarma bhumis, they are having minimum lifespan of 1 Palyapam, and that is also lesser to 1 Palyapam. And the maximum lifespan is of 1 Palyapam, complete 1 Palyapam. The human beings of Harivas and Ramekvas, they are having minimum lifespan of lesser than 2 Palyapam, and maximum lifespan is of 2 Palyapam. Devguru and Uttarguru human beings, they are having minimum lifespan of 3 Palyapam, and what we say maximum lifespan is of 3 Palyapam. And there are certain islands, small islands, which are situated in the Levan Ocean. Jambu Island is in the center of the human sphere, and around it there is one ocean which is known as Levan Ocean. In this particular ocean, we find 56 types of islands where human beings are habitat, and they are having minimum lifespan of in an innumerable part of one palyupam, and the maximum lifespan is also innumerable part of one palyupam. And we can see that these all living beings about whom we are talking so far, and they are developed ones. But so far as the undeveloped living beings are concerned, it is said that they are having minimum and maximum lifespan of antarmuhurta only. They cannot survive even for one muhurt. What about the years? Now we would see that so far as the time cycle is concerned and the different eras of the time cycle are concerned, we find that in each of the eras, the human beings or living beings are having different lifespan, minimum and maximum. So especially we are talking about the human beings, and in the first era, the human beings were having minimum lifespan of 3 palyupam, and in the end of that era, they were having a lifespan of 2 palyupam maximum. In the third era, we find that they were having lifespan of 2 palyupam in the starting, but in the end, they were having lifespan of 1 palyupam. In the third era, that is the second era, and now it is third era, in which up to 3/4 part of this era, especially in that period, the human beings were having the lifespan of 1 palyupam, but in the end, they were having innumerable the part of 1 palyupam as the maximum lifespan. In the fourth part, it means one of this third era, we would see that the lifespan was of innumerable part of 1 palyupam, and in the end, we find that the minimum lifespan was of antarmuhurt, but the maximum was of 1 million purva years. So in this particular era, we find that Marudevi Mata, who was the mother of the first Tirthankar, Rishabh Deva, she was having maximum lifespan of 1 million purva years. In the fourth era, we find that the minimum lifespan is of antarmuhurt, and the maximum lifespan was of 1 million years. But in the end, we find that the minimum lifespan was the same of antarmuhurt, but the maximum lifespan was more than 100 years. In the fifth era in which we are living, we find that the minimum lifespan of human beings is of antarmuhurt, but the maximum is more than 100 years. But in the end of this era, we would see that the minimum lifespan of human beings would be antarmuhurt, but the maximum lifespan would be hardly of 20 years. In the sixth era, the minimum lifespan would be of antarmuhurt, and the maximum lifespan would be of 20 years. But in the end of that era, we would see that the minimum lifespan would be of antarmuhurt, and the maximum lifespan would be of hardly 16 years. So you can see that in different eras, we are finding that the lifespan is reducing day by day with course of time, though according to the Darwinian principles, it is said that our lifespan is increasing day by day because of medical facilities or health consciousness or other factors. But according to Jainism, it is a declining period. So everything is declining, including the natural quality of natural resources. The lifespan of human beings and all other living beings is also declining. It is not increasing, it is decreasing. In this particular fifth era, humans may have maximum lifespan of 120 years or some more, but it doesn't mean that it is increasing in comparison to other eras. And as we have seen here, you can see here, this is the time cycle according to Jainism. The time cycle is divided into two epochs. One is called ascending and the other one is called descending epoch. So we are running in descending epoch and we are running in the fifth era. This is the fifth era in which we are living at present. And in this particular era, we are having maximum lifespan of 120 years. Though we are not, there are hardly some human beings, and that number is very negligible, and that they are crossing 100 years of their life. Otherwise, mostly we are dying under the 100 years. And you can see here, this is the human sphere, which is consisting of 2.5 islands and 2 oceans. So this is a Jambu Island, which is in the center of the middle universe and also of human sphere. And this is the Lavan Ocean, where we find 56 types of islands where human beings are found. And though those human beings are very different in physical appearance in comparison to the living human beings who are we. And there is another island which is known as Dhataki Khand. Here also you can find to Bharat, to Arvat, and to Mahavideya, and also 12 types of karma bhumis. In Jambu Island, you find these 3 karma bhumis, Bharat, Arvat, and Mahavideya. And in between these 3, you will find 6 types of karma bhumis. In Lavan Ocean, 56 types of human islands where humans are found. And this is the Hatkikhand, in which we also find two types, two Bharat, two Arvat, and two Mahavideya, and 12 types of Akarma Bhumis. And now we would see that after Dhatkikhand, there is again one ocean, which is known as Kalodadi Ocean. The water of this sea is looking very black. So it is known as Kalodadi Ocean. And this is the, what we say, Pushkar Island. And this Pushkar Island is of 16, 16 lake yojans, but it is said that only in the half of the earth, Pushkar Island, humans are found, and the other half is vacant of human habitats. So in this human spheres only, you can find these 101 types of human beings who are recognized as the human beings, and they in this particular human sphere only, you can find all the astronomical bodies, planets, stars, etc. They are in motion. Outside of this 2.5 islands or human sphere, all moons, suns, stars, and what we say, planets, they all are motionless, they are stable and steady. With this, I would like to say that I have discussed today about the lifespans of various living beings of the world, and what is their minimum and maximum lifespan. And you have any questions, please, you can ask. And thanks for your patience to listening to these kind of discussions which are found in this particular text. Have a good day.